But moving on. Errol Hawani reporting Jarod Cannonier versus Robert Whittaker March 7th. Johnny Walker, Nikita Krylov March 14th. And speaking of the latter, that's all but done. But the former is still in talks because Whittaker really likes the idea of London versus Darren Till. So let's sort of separate these topics. Whittaker, what would you want for Whittaker to do next? Is it a Darren Till fight in London? Is it a Jarod Cannonier fight? In your mind, what would you want from Robert Whittaker, as he kind of has options right now and seems to have wants to fight quickly, it seems.
I'd actually would throw the Gastelum fight together. I'd have Whittaker and Gastelum finally fight each other.
Ooh.
Because if we're going to go with the old Joe Silva matchmaking model, winners
do.
and winners, losers and losers.
You would put Till and Cannonier together.
Yeah.
And Whittaker, because you can't do Romero because he's coming off a loss and you've already done those fights too many times.
Yeah.
You would do Whittaker Gastelum, a fight that didn't happen, that was scheduled.
That we excited for before, and yeah.
Ooh, that'd be good.
And it's even more intriguing now with both of them coming off of a loss together. That's where I would go. And then also for Cannonier versus Till, I like that fight a lot because not only action-wise does it promise to be something pretty dope. For Till's already a very well-known commodity. He's already got the promotion that's gotten behind.
He does numbers.
But Cannonier needs some of that love. He needs some of that rub. And a guy as dangerous as him who puts on exciting performances consistently like he does could use some of that rub. So if he walks away the winner, you've built another star.
Yeah, plus there's the Anderson fight. I think that helped a lot for him, honestly.
You know what? I don't think the Anderson fight resonated as much, man, because it was so weird.
Maybe not for the casuals, because I don't think Anderson has that pull anymore.
Yeah.
But for the hardcores, because I think Cannonier was still sort of slept on it from the hardcore base, to be honest. I think the narrative around him on social media, on comment threads, on articles and videos, forums, like it has switched on Cannonier.
But you know what? I think it was less about the fight. I think it was more about the post-fight interview. That crazy scene with the Brazilians booing him and he firing right back at him, and and then like his post-fight speech after what was the last fight, the last one he had. He told me out. Hermanson, yeah. He went on about the positive energy and taking over the world or something that he was talking about. Like that sort of thing where you saw these glimmers of personality was like, oh, this guy's interesting. Like, I think we should have known that he's a good fighter. Like the way he ran through David Branch and stuff, like the way he had some good quality wins at 205 and stuff. Like the dude has proven himself in the cage, but I think those glimmers of personality have helped a lot. Now for him to have a name like David Branch is a name that the hardcores really respect and recognize what he was able to accomplish in the sport, because the casuals don't, because a lot of it, his best days were spent in World Series of Fighting as a dual weight champion.
The fight you mentioned, Hermanson.
Yeah,
that fight did, I think, another series of, I think, it helped progress the narrative about Cannonier being, I would say, like the next Romero in terms of the boogeyman of the division.
Like the level of destruction that this man can put on you.
Yes.
And then to see the glimmers of personality, like, oh man, we how here.
Yeah.
So you put a Darren Till in front of him, and either way, you being the UFC are the winner. Either way.
How in boxing they do like the sit downs where the fighters have the chairs turned over and it's all like dramatic.
Yeah.
I want that with Till and Cannonier, and have like Brian Campbell or something somebody
Brian
like
Campbell
that moderate it. Oh my god, it would be so good.
No, you know who I would have moderated? Aaron Bronstetter. Aaron
is low key.
Aaron Bronstetter,
business.
Yeah, Aaron. Shout out to Aaron. Not only is he a really great guy, really really cool guy. I respect the hell out of his work, and he is so good at throwing low key shade. That man can throw some shade so low key, man. Yeah, I respect the hell out of it.
He has some snark in him.
Yeah, it's like, and it's. God damn, that's the guy who should moderate the sit downs.
That'd be good. I like that.
Brett Okamoto, as good as he would be in that role, he's just too stunningly handsome.
No, it's not
too
that.
distracting, too good looking.
Brett, to a professional, honestly.
Damn, that's cold. Did I just kind of low key just
you pause.
Call. No. Pause. No. I'm cool with.
Okay.
Brett Okamoto is a good looking dude.
He's a very good looking dude.
Yeah. He's as good looking as an Anthony Walker. So we'll just throw that out there.
I don't know about that.
We'll just throw that out there. But
where's Jose
shitted on Aaron.
Wait, hold on. Where's Jose come into this?
Jose's a good looking man.
Nose ring, huh? That doesn't.
I'm not really feeling the blonde, but
Oh yeah, I agree with you. But anyways, digressing from this.
shout out to Jose too.
Funny.
Jose's a homie, but
Yes, all homies. I forgot what I was going to talk about.
what the hell? No, but yeah, you're talking about the sit down between them. And that would be a great way to promote this to promote that fight. But
it would bring out character in a way that a press conference maybe wouldn't. Because that setting is more these fighters directed at each other talk to each other.
Yeah, and it's just about you two right now, and it's in a setting without the artificial. Okay, the crowd or weird questions or just garbage questions for media, and the conversation can be steered in a very direct fashion and just between two gentlemen with a moderator. I like it.
So you're the mind that you'd rather have Cannonier, Till, Whittaker, Gaslam. Now, I love that world. We don't live in that world, it seems. What would you rather see, Cannonier, Whittaker, or Whittaker, Till?
I'd go Whittaker Till.
Yeah, it seems like the bigger fight.
Yeah. And then also from
we haven't really mentioned it. Till's performance against Gaslam was really impressive.
It wasn't necessarily the most fun to watch, but he closed a lot of gaps that he's left open in previous fights, and
coming off of a loss to a layoff, going up a division, and he improved drastically in a performance against a fighter we all expect him to lose against.
Yeah, and then even his admissions after the fight about the level of fear he felt and how he wanted to weasel his way out of it the last minute,
trying to fake an injury.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, he that was. That guy is very impressive. I like the way he needed a rebound very badly. Matt with an excellent point. Matt the Greater saying, so y'all just accepting Adesanya versus Romero. You know what? And that's one of those things. If
it's happening,
it's happening. It should. It should be Adesanya versus Cannonier. It should be. It really should be.
Yes. The Hermanson win was.
Yeah, if Costa's out for the bicep tear or the bicep tear, we should have Cannonier in that spot. But unfortunately, we don't live in that world.
So to answer Matt's question, yes, we are.
We have to. We have no choice.
Unfortunately, but that's still a great fight. That's a good thing about middleweight. Like even like that fight, which is not deserving of a matchup right now, doesn't really make sense. It's still a fantastic matchup. Like middleweight is what 205 was, 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah,
it is that exciting with every top 10 matchup that you could really make.
Yeah, it's like okay, I'm down for that.
I'm going to watch this. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It just so happens that there are clear contenders that have earned certain opportunities that just aren't getting it, like Cannonier.
Right.
But I would say this: if he does get the Whittaker fight, that would be a sign of a number one contender fight, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
I can see Whittaker beating Cannonier, going straight back to an Adesanya fight in Australia, and the UFC going back to that market.
I mean,
to be honest,
yeah, I think. Well, I think
that
if not if Whittaker wins. If Whittaker wins, I still say one more first, but because he got destroyed.
I would like that, but the UFC would book it again.
Oh, of course the UFC would book it. The way that stadium filled up.
Unless Till can come in here and get a fight against Adesanya, because the UFC, they love Darren Till.
Yeah.
They're going to want to put him in there against Adesanya as quickly as possible.
I would rather see Till versus Adesanya before seeing Whittaker Adesanya again.
Would you rather see Adesanya versus Till or Adesanya versus Romero? Ooh.
Right now, Till would deserve it more.
Absolutely.
Gaslam. Yeah, Till would deserve it more. So I have to go with the meritocracy.
That's weird, huh?
Yeah, but I'll say this: Adesanya versus Romero promises to be the more aesthetically pleasing fight.
I don't know about that. It's gonna be the more interesting fight. That fight could have a weird style.
Well, I mean, aesthetically, just fun to watch.
I think Adesanya Till is a more entertaining fight to watch.
You think so? With the level of weirdness that Romero brings and him pointing away and dropping you when you look out in the crowd and also the crazy stuff like that?
I think it would be very hard to replicate that fight again, to be honest, for Adesanya. And though, the more I think about it, Adesanya Till could end up like Stephen Thompson.
Exactly. So, like that fight has much more potential to be sort of a point fight than Romero being in there against anybody. When has Romero ever had a boring fight? The worst you can think of is probably the Jacare fight, and that really wasn't boring. So